Well, cheers for coming down, man.
No worries. Cheers for having me.
I've only met you a couple of times, but
Yeah.
were you at Black Ghosts?
Yeah, I
Like me?
was. Did we meet then? Because we did meet at one of the Lunar.
It's pretty busy.
Yeah, that was, I think, the first time we met. Was that one of those?
Tender Sacrifice.
Could have been. I was thinking it might have been 11 days, but...
No, it would have been Tender
I
Sacrifice.
think it was 10 Sacrifice.
I haven't said 11 days.
Oh, well, there you go. That'll be not that then.
11 days. Was that a local?
Yeah.
Obviously. It's movies you got to catch up on.
You don't have to watch that one.
How'd you like it?
It was all right. Like, for, locally made stuff, it was, it was all right. Yeah. The thing about that one was the night it was on was the same night as Decadent and Depraved. And, so I'm sure if they'd, I believe Decadent and Depraved did pretty okay as far as attendance goes, but I reckon both would have done better if they'd been on separate night. And they both have had subsequent screenings, but yeah, for both of them, that was the first night.
That's when they were doing those double ups that they're even showing 3 movies sometimes, weren't they? Or was it just 2 out the backlot? Was that Luna?
11 Days was at Luna. Decadent and Depraved was up at Whifford's. But yeah, I did eventually see Decadent and Depraved up at Whitford's. I think they had it maybe 6 or so months later, had it up again. And there was a good showing out for them as well. And not a lot of kind of film people, like the cast and crew from the film, but, the rest of us, I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't know where they were that night.
No.
But a few of them were at 11 Days on the night that they had it before. So, yeah. Yeah.
I haven't been getting out lately. I should get up.
This is a long time. This is a couple of years ago. It would have been the same year as Black Ghost and Tender Sacrifice. Yeah. It hasn't been... Like, last year was really quiet for WA films. I think Anticipation was the first, and that was like July.
Yeah.
There are a couple since then. There was Tainted Getaway and The Light. They were a week apart, both at the Luna. And I feel like there was something else since then.
Tainted Getaway.
Yeah, that's one of those Rod Mannequin. What's his last name?
I'm not real good with names.
Yeah.
Great with faces. I'm a face guy. Yeah. How many awards has Anticipation walked away with now?
A few by the looks of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nearly everything that they've gotten into, they've been winning.
It was an alright film. I didn't mind it. Really. I like the way they put it all together, and some performances would like to have seen, but some of it was really good as well. But yeah, when you're getting kind of musos, you want do you want musos who can act, or do you want actors who can
play music? Yeah. Well, you need quality of the music, so
yeah, that's right.
Pretty much you need musos.
Yeah.
The drum one.
You are one?
Drums.
Yes.
Yeah, long time drummer.
Okay.
Under there's actually an electric drum kit.
Okay.
Hooks up to the computer and blah blah blah. I got those keyboards sitting over there, but I don't really know how to use them. I just use them for finding tones.
What's the name of your band?
Zenzuri.
What does that mean?
1,000 rubs.
Okay.
In Thailand.
Right.
I know my guitarist would have to have to back me up on where it's from, Malaysia or Thailand. Or,
Yep.
Yeah, 1,000 rubs. You're a masseuse.
I reckon I probably would have done 1,000 by now.
Zanzuri. He went over there and found this phrase that they were using.
Right.
And just like Zanzuri. I'm like, what a bad name. Yeah, it's just me and a guitarist.
Yep. And you're looking for a bass player.
Looking for a bass player. Looking for a full-time singer, songwriter
Okay.
as well. We can pretty much record and produce and distribute, and
Okay.
yeah, I've put out a couple of albums now. I put out the soundtrack to Black Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Get my 5-cent check every couple of months, just to say they're still there.
Yeah, yeah. Fantastic.
So, Bleederville.
Yes.
How many movies are there?
It's one movie.
Okay.
There are 9 segments. There are 9 short stories. Yeah, all horror stories that are kind of cross over and intertwine a little bit. Yes.
And 3 directors.
3 directors. We're doing 3 each. Yep. I'm doing one that I wrote, and there's one that I wrote that I'm not directing.
You've written a bit of stuff, actually.
A little. I'd been out of writing for a little while. I started writing when I started directing, and then I met a couple of writers, and I fell out of it, and started shooting their work.
Yep.
And then I wanted to write on Bleederville, and then about a year ago, I thought I should pick up the pen again and put out some shorts. And
Yeah, because I was the sound recordist on Slice.
yes,
Hopefully I did a good job.
love to see the end result. When are we going to see that?
I have to ask Anthony.
Yes.
Yep. Not sure.
Yeah, yeah, writing's it's sort of a little bit different now that I'm older, because I had a big long break from it, and yeah, I think because I've been working on a lot of films, I know kind of what I want from a script. I can just sort of, early on it was like, is this any good? And you know, these days I can kind of go, you know what, I could shoot this, you know.
Yeah, cool. What are you thinking at the moment?
At the moment,
More
I'm
horror stuff?
I'd love to do some stuff that's not horror, because we've done a whole lot of it, and we're about to do Bleederville, which will be, some of it will be amusing, but some of it will be pretty horrific. So yeah, I'd like to do lots of different kinds of things. So at the moment, I've got a script that I wrote last year being made by a team, which is sort of a science fiction love story kind of a thing, which is sort of, yeah, time travel and all of that. That's a short, so that'll be good to see when that's done. I don't know where they're at with it. I've just sort of handed over the script and gone, have fun. So we'll see what happens with that. And I'm writing a kind of a surreal, not really surreal, but it's sort of not really, doesn't really take place in the real world kind of a piece. Yeah, kind of drama, sort of meaning of life type of thing. And I got to hand that off to another director, get her kind of credits up, and hopefully get her career off and running.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of ideas, but I'm not going to talk about them.
You can. No one's listening. Completely.
Yeah, no one's listening yet.
Completely anonymous. You can say whatever you like.
I just got some movie ideas.
Cool.
Yeah. One of the premises is a guy shoots down a plane with stuff he bought from Bunnings.
Right.
Yeah. Tries a few different things and sort of a comedy stroke technology
Right.
thing.
There's a Mythbusters kind of a thing where they, I don't know, they built like a gun that shoots potatoes or something, and to, you know, as like a signal type of thing, like a potato flare type thing. It was weird. But yeah, just sort of like, we've got this stuff, let's build something that can shoot a potato across the room.
Like, yeah, laser, railgun, missile. How do I build a heat-seeking missile out of plastic tubes and sugar candy?
So does someone watch the movie and go down to Bunnings and check out what part of the movies are real and what part of the movies not going to work?
These days, the King of Random. Remember the King of Random?
No.
Rest in peace. So Grant Thompson. He's got this YouTube empire.
Okay.
And he's gone through lots of things where you'd think, well, I could really tell that into a weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you fill a plastic tube with like sugar and stump remover, buy stump remover from Bunnings, it's that stuff.
Right.
Can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
Sulfur nitrate or something.
Yep.
And light it. It's actually got a really good propulsant force.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can make a firework or a rocket.
Fairly good missile if you want to.
Yeah.
So sugar.
Yeah. Was it Fight Club where they said, yeah, you've got enough soap, you can blow up just about anything? Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. That's actually my favourite movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not big in horrors.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, Fight Club.
Yep.
I can put it on here and just word for word it. You are not a beautiful and unique snowflake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're the same age as me, so we were 21.
Almost 42.
Yeah, same. So we were 21 when that movie came out. So yeah, I reckon at that age, it was sort of the exact right movie for me at that time.
When it first came out, I didn't go see it at the movies because I just thought it was another boxing movie or something.
Oh, okay. Don't like boxing movies?
Movie. Well, it was a boxing movie, but
no, I was in at David Fincher. He was I'm one of the few people who like Alien 3, or I certainly did in the 90s.
I would have liked it.
And then
they all meld together with me at the moment.
Right. And then
so long ago.
7 I really rated. And then he did a movie called The Game, which I thought was quality, but people kind of that gets forgotten in his resume. But from those three, it was just like, of course, Fight Club. Have to go see it. So yeah.
So the same guy that did Aliens did Fight Club.
Alien 3, yeah.
Alien 3.
Yeah, he was a music video director before that. And Alien 3 was his first film. And I believe he really got screwed on it. He didn't have the creative control that he wanted, and ended up being not the film that he wanted. And I've even on one of his DVDs, I think it might be Panic Room, they have like director's filmography on one of the special features. Alien 3 is not on it. It starts with 7. Yeah.
I must admit I've got employers that don't appear on my resume anymore. Yeah. It's like, nope, I just got to write those few years off as working for bad people.
Right.
Bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks bad on your resume, so you just take it off.
Luckily, don't have any of those, so that's all right.
Yeah, usually I drive a crane.
Right.
In a good economy. Mm-hmm. But it's not so much crane work around at the moment.
Okay.
So that's why I'm testing out TV broadcasts.
Yep.
That,
Internet broadcast.
That machine is running the broadcast, and that's running the two machines. Two machines, one mouse.
Should make a video about that.
So your favourite stuff's horror? No?
Not really. I love making horror. I do enjoy watching them, but yeah, I can't. Apart from probably Jaws and Alien, I can't think of maybe The Thing. I can't think of too many horror movies that are like on my top list.
I'd sort of count them more as thriller, wouldn't I?
A lot of it. There's been a bit of discussion about, is Jaws a horror or a thriller? Yeah, it's a horror. It's an unstoppable.
Because you're horrified.
Yeah, it's a creature who's kind of damn near unkillable coming after you. Yeah, it's the thing of horror. People say it's not a horror because it's not set at night. If it's scary, that's
Horror happens in the day.
Yeah, I think so.
See, 100 Bloody Acres.
Yes.
That was all set during the day.
Yeah. That's more of a horror comedy.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay.
Started off weird, got more weird.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed weird.
Yeah.
Bit of a happy ending. All right.
Okay.
Without giving spoilers away. 100 Bloody Acres, people. Australian movie. Yeah.
It certainly is that.
You don't rate it?
No, I saw it maybe a year ago, and yeah, I came away thinking I wanted something more from it. Yeah.
What would you throw in?
I don't know. Yeah.
More drama around the crane and the mincer?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was just wanting something more, with more scares, or I don't know, more laughs, or
Less granny sex.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a curveball in there. No one was expecting that one, were they? So what's your worst Australian movie?
Worst? Good Lord.
That's good.
Oh.
I don't know. I suppose we go both ways with this one. You got two choices.
I did see a real shocker back in I would have seen it in the 90s. It would have been made in the late 80s. It was called Hatchback Horror. Had the dad from Neighbours in it. And, the one who pops up in, like, American TV shows all the time? His name's Alan Dale. And he was, like Neighbours was his show, pretty much, in the early 80s. And then he kind of went to America, and he's, like, pops up in, like, just small roles in, like, he's usually like a doctor or a politician or something like that. Or a judge or something.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And
yeah.
if you didn't know him, like from Neighbours, if you didn't grow up watching him, you'd probably just go, oh, he's just another
I think he's the
extra.
If it's the person I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
I thought he was in the Henderson Kids.
Oh, okay. I don't know who was in that. But maybe
might have been in the Henderson Kids as well, because I was pre-Neighbours.
Maybe.
Pre-Home and Away. Henderson Kids was like the last one that I ever got into.
Right.
Just so so keeping everything flat here. I never got into
because there was
Home and Away.
There was the two Henderson kids, and then the two best friends were like Ben Mendelsohn, who's like in like all sorts of cool movies and TV shows now, and the other one was Kylie Minogue. And so the actual Henderson kids was like, where are they? But the other two, they're still around.
Yeah. And Skippy, I got into Skippy as a kid.
Okay.
It's that's my soap opera. Fucking just those two.
They're really both kind of kid shows, I reckon. Yeah.
I tried to watch Shortland Street because my last name's Shortland. I thought there'd be some sort of cultural
that was
thingy.
Was that the one where they had like a whole bunch of like former Home and Away and Neighbours?
It's Kiwi.
Oh, it's a Kiwi one. Okay.
It's Kiwi Neighbours.
Right.
Set around hospital.
Okay.
Because Shortland Street's got a hospital, but it also used to have 44 pubs on it. It's like the Main Street of Auckland.
Right.
It's my forefather named, is a captain of a ship.
Right.
First governor in New Zealand. But yeah, I couldn't get into that.
No.
No,
soap operas are hard. I reckon they'd be hard work.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing, say, Home and Away, you're putting out 2.5 hours of content every week. That's longer than a movie every week. So if you're a writer, I mean, I'm sure they have a team of writers, and they have like a different director every episode. But, you know, if you're an actor or a producer, it'd be hard work.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. They just keep pumping out these fucking reality stuff, though, don't they? They just hit record and
I reckon editor
repeat it five times.
Probably editor on Big Brother would be one of the hardest jobs, because if you've just got 24 hours of footage, or from 100 cameras, and you're there, like they'd have like vision switches and whatnot, but still trying to pick what story to tell and condense 24 hours into half an hour every day. Oh, what a pain.
You'd pretty much just do a video of one person at a time and just follow them around.
Well, yeah, you
probably might be one way to tackle it.
Yeah, I guess, the editor and the producer would pick a story and go, all right, can we tell this story in half an hour, and probably have like 2 or 3 stories per episode. That gives you like 10 minutes per story per day. It'd be pain.
Yeah. Yeah, is that still around?
I don't think so.
Now I've just got Married at First Sight. Oh my god.
I haven't really apart from the footy, I haven't watched commercial TV since I got Netflix, which was like 3, maybe 4 years ago.
Pretty much as soon as I got that red computer there about 9 years ago, I just pretty much stayed away from it. I wanted a big TV because I smashed mine. The second week Trump was in.
Oh, okay.
Threw something at it when I was drunk.
Oh, no.
Yes, I got another one now, but it hardly ever plays mainstream TV.
Yeah.
I'm always trawling something on the internet, as you've probably seen on Facebook. Yeah. The latest thing for me is this TV station for Perth.
Yep.
So,
what are you hoping to do?
So any old, like, if anyone's got any old videos, like, could be a short that they made in at uni or
right,
something like that. It's just a place where it can just be on repeat.
Yep.
People just tune into a bit of Perth culture.
Okay.
Just showcase Perth talent, got and put some comedy on it.
Yep. Like music videos, concerts and
yeah,
whatnot.
like lives from Perth musos,
Yep.
stuff like this.
Yeah, sure.
Like if anyone's doing any tutorials on how to write, it's probably the biggest one for people.
Okay.
Um,
It's a tough one to teach,
like,
I reckon.
I've been doing them for Reason, and the music program I use mainly is Reason.
Okay.
So I've been doing a few tutorials for that, like OBS, just to help people make little jumps in their career. And
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
And each individual bit would be something you can search for on like YouTube or somewhere, and yeah,
So like, it would go into the live broadcast.
yeah,
And then it would also have uploaded clips.
yeah,
All on YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting.
So YouTube's the server base.
yeah.
There's heaps of 24-hour videos on YouTube now.
Okay. And how often do you change up your loop?
When stuff comes in.
Stuff comes in, it's like, oh, that's been on for a little while. Take that one off. Put something new on.
Can't remember. It's 175 hours or something. That's a week.
Right.
So 175 hours worth of content I'm looking for.
Right.
And then you can you can randomize it every week. So if someone's only tuning in at 5 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon,
Yep.
that 5 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon is going to be different every week.
Right.
Yeah, but still have the same content.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's lots of content out there.
Right.
Maybe some people are sitting on stuff hoping that they'll make the $1 million off the movie from 5 years ago. Promotion is the hardest thing.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I brought out a dance album like 8 years ago now, and the promotion of it is just, it's just awash with promotion already.
Right.
Like the music industry.
Yeah.
Same with the movie industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when you've got so much content, it's hard to kind of stand out. And, if it's just as easy to get, such and such a movie from, some director or some star that it takes a long time to find kind of the little guys who are kind of struggling.
But I'm reaching out to like Edith Cowan and UWA. And, I'm already doing like two short films for Edith Cowan a year at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Doing the sound.
Yeah, right.
Sound design, sound effects and stuff.
UWA as well, you say?
Well, whoever's got a film program.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if UWA do.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Murdoch do. Pretty certain Curtin do. I think Notre Dame does. And definitely ECU.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think UWA have a film program.
Yeah, it's just a point of promotion, really.
Yeah, right.
Just to showcase. It's not gonna cost me much to actually set it up.
Yep.
I've already got a couple of people that interested in advertising.
Yep. Sweet.
And, mate with a coffee brand, makes his own coffee.
Yep. Awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
See if we got content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking for kind of short films and music videos, and
if someone wants to do a weekly motorsport chat show like I used to do on radio,
right,
with Sport FM, they can,
right,
and they'll own that show. It's not me that'll own the show because I own the TV station.
Yep.
and then they can use that weekly spot on a TV show to merchandise or
Yep.
brand name themselves, or even step up to network TV.
Right.
Because you've seen Wayne's World.
Yes.
There's no Wayne's World anymore. There's no
Well, we lost even
Yeah.
Channel 44 just recently.
West TV's no
Yeah.
more. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
I used to.
but we
go
never
down
really
there.
had anything like Wayne's World-ish.
No.
Cable network.
No. Well, is that what it's like in the States? Do they, kids
used
kind
to
of
be.
set up in the garage
Yeah.
and kind of go, I want to make a TV show?
They get a slotted amount of time, and their time
Yeah.
comes around to them.
Yeah. Because, I used to do some stuff down at Access 31, and that was sort of like the precursor to West TV. And that was all, if you can get sponsorship, you can get a show. And so, like, again, that's the hard part, you know. So when there was a show, possibly the best named show of any footy show in the history of ever, it was called Waffle On.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had a really long running show just talking about local footy, because they had sponsors, yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah. That's how our motorsport chat show on Sport FM sort of fell over because of lack of sponsorship.
Right.
The Fremantle FM, which is Sport FM, we're actually charging per slot. It wasn't much money, but
Right.
in the end, went for 2 years, year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
We got every touring car race at Barbagallo, we used to just walk straight up to the media department and just big spiel, get our media passes,
Right.
go down and interview drivers in the pits. It's good fun.
Nice.
It was 15 years ago though.
Yeah. Times are changing.
That was my I actually did radio work experience in high school.
Oh, wow.
I was a lucky guy
Okay.
because I was already the guy that sat in the sound booth in the lecture hall,
Yep.
school hall,
Okay.
like fucking twiddling his thumbs and not listening, just watching a meter to make sure it doesn't go in the red.
Right.
That's all you're doing. One microphone, just looking after one microphone at a school assembly.
Yep.
But that pretty much got me out of school assemblies, sort of. Didn't have to listen to them. But yeah, I was asked what I wanted to do, and I go, I want to go to a radio station. And like RTR,
Yep.
here is 4ZZZ over there.
Okay.
Ended up having a couple of short shows over there.
Right.
I was still in grade 11, like end of grade 11 in high school, in school holidays.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Could you go back to radio?
I could,
Would you? Is that where you're going next?
maybe,
Put your resume in?
maybe. Sky's the oyster,
Yeah, that's right.
Not doing nothing. Not doing much anyway. What we got next? Alanis Morissette,
Ah, yes.
Offspring, and it'll come to me. Brought out an album called Epic. Faith No More.
Faith No More. Oh, sweet.
They're coming as well. So these are concerts that I actually want to go see.
Yeah.
So.
See, I loved Alanis back in the 90s. I don't know how I'd go with her now, or if what her new stuff might be like, if she has any.
Should be floating around on her old stuff.
Yeah. But I didn't get into Faith No More until years later. I think it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas had, the radio station that,
Yep.
and they had this really cool song, and I was like, what is that song? And it's like, oh, it's Faith No More. So wait. And yeah, looked them up, and it's like, they do good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Like, I remember kind of Epic when it was
Yep.
new, but apart from that, not really. And yeah, then kind of got into them years and years later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ever seen him?
No.
I haven't seen him either. This is yeah. If there's one of the bands I really want to see
Yep.
before one of them kills themselves. God. Yeah, one of the movies we're writing is about a band that starts up between some guys that were really hurt over Kurt Cobain's death.
Right.
So they start a Perth grunge band
Yep.
that only really got Perth famous.
Okay.
And then I'll be giving the plot away.
Is this a fictional thing or
Fictional.
based on a true story?
Sort of based on a true story as well.
This is you and your mates.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, right, what you know, man.
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it turns into like a Fight Clubbish type dystopia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the links at the moment where it goes from this to that, and it's believable.
Okay.
Yeah. Because believability to me in a movie like that is fucking ultra.
Yeah, well, if you've got kind of a time and place like Perth in what I'm going to guess is early 90s.
96 is when he died. Four.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, you've got your time and your place. So, yeah, getting that right, and then, yeah, getting I'm guessing their kids. You know, getting kids from nowadays to kind of look and act like it's the mid-90s. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Challenging.
A punk and a surfer. Punk, a surfer, and a skinny kid. I've got to get my guitarist in there somewhere. Yeah, that's really just the opening scene though for kids.
Oh, okay, it's sort of
Yeah.
like 20 years later for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, like when I was in the band, it's pretty much just a montage of old photos of me being bands
Right.
and collections of, because got other people that were in bands too around that sort of time. And
Yep.
yeah, that's the way I was thinking about filling in that part of.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to spend too long on the actual musical career.
Right.
Just wanted the story to plot through and go to now where we're all fat and ugly and getting famous again.
Okay. What sparks the revival? Or is that giving away the plot?
Partially. we get big in Seattle.
Right.
Someone from Seattle like stumbles across us and we start charting over there. There's also another underlying thing, but that would be giving the plot away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I got a few ideas for movies.
Well, they don't do anyone any good as ideas. You got to turn them into scripts.
Yeah, I can plot out acts, but I'm no good with words.
Right.
I beat things with sticks.
Uh-huh. You can beat a typewriter with...
I move stuff around with a mouse. Yeah. Yeah, writing's always been a big mystery to me.
Well, you could go down depending on how much you trust your actors, the improv route.
Yeah.
I think it's Larry David and the Curb Your Enthusiasm. They basically write really detailed synopses, but they don't write scripts.
Yeah.
And they give them to the actors and go,
What would you
this
say
character.
in this situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be in the scene, react to your castmate.
The way a lot of people write as well, you get a line and it's like, there's no way I would have said that.
Yeah.
I haven't had very many lines in my very short film career here in Perth over the last 2 years.
Yep.
But pretty much every line I've changed
Right.
and made it better
Well,
with full permission from whoever was.
when you're an actor or even a director, your script is a guideline. And any given writer, what they really want is their story kind of told with respect. And if the director and the actor are respectful to, you know, what the script is trying to do, what the story is, and the actor themselves has like an idea of what the character is all about, and they can go, I wouldn't say it like that, or my character wouldn't say it like that. And actors and directors and writers all understand that process. It's like, yeah, that's the whole part of the thing is you've got to be true to the character. And yeah, each kind of actor is going to interpret the character in their own way and put their own spin on it. As long as you're staying true to the character.
It's really the director's job to make sure that the emotion flows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
yeah, and
you can't have someone happy when they're fucking supposed to be sad.
yeah. So if you're true to the moment and true to the spirit of the piece that you're performing, the actual words themselves don't actually make that much difference as long as you're getting your story across. You know? So yeah, you wouldn't be alone in any way, shape or form as far as changing dialogue goes.
Yeah. What do you reckon makes a good director? Well, I get beers. Must have some ideas.
Oh yeah. I'll wait for you to sit down again.
No, keep talking.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's dead air.
You cut this bit out, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
shit.
it's going.
Oh shit. Can I swear?
Yep, you can swear.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers is a new handshake brought to you by the coronavirus.
From the makers of Corona.
Yeah, we're usually like a pack. If we open a pack, we go get another pack
Right.
all the time. So we just open a pack then.
Right.
I think maybe not yet.
Okay.
So we're still good here
Okay.
in the great toilet paper mass panic buyout. Like, what are they going to call it?
Yeah. Papergate.
TP Gate.
Yeah.
Papergate. Pardon me.
So what makes a good director, you ask?
Yeah.
I think you've got to have compassion. You've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to do. And yeah, you've got to be able to communicate with everyone, really, especially actors, but you know, the crew as well. And yeah, imagination.
Do you ever work with like actors one-on-one, like hard
Absolutely.
sometimes?
Not hard, but I taught probably my favorite part of directing is talking, especially with writers and with actors, kind of one-on-one, and kind of getting their interpretation of what they think the script is about, or what the character is about. That's my favorite part.
It really is a translation from some guy's head, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I see the director's job, or at least the way I do it, is really a gatekeeper, because I like to give a certain amount of control to, kind of everyone. The camera guy's kind of creating his own shots, and I'm there going, yeah, that looks good, or can we try something, a little bit different? And with the actors as well, it's their character. They're in control of that character. I'm just there to kind of nudge them in the right direction if they're getting off track. So yeah, and if they need more from me, I just say, look, just ask me, what you need, and I'll be there for you. Or if they're kind of good on their own, they do go ahead and do a good take. I'm like going, good. They don't need extra kind of encouragement or whatever. I'm happy for them to kind of, be good at what they've done and be happy to move on.
Are you going to have a cameo in each of your movies?
I do have a small role in Bleederville, in one of the ones I'm not directing. I did used to do that. You only really have one, can you? Yeah. Well, it depends. There's a couple of characters who appear in more than one story, and I did think about jumping into one of those, and I just went, nah, it's too much. And the guy that I'm playing, he's...
If it's one movie, it's one movie. Though.
Yeah. So, early on, when I started, it was all like the big thing was to have like the Hitchcock cameo, where it's, you kind of appear in the movie somewhere. So like, yeah.
Stanley.
Yeah, a little bit Stanley as well. Yeah. And then, it just became a thing where it's like, no one wants to see my ugly mug. No, I don't need to do that.
I think you should. I think you should always get a actor's credit wherever you can. It's all about the credits. It's all about the credits.
Right.
Do you know I got 34 credits in Black Ghost?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did see a student film once that had because the way we did it back at uni was like we were in a team of 4, and they did the credits, and it was the same 4 names popping up all the time, and then the very last one was man with the most credits on this film, and it was one of those 4 guys.
There's actually a toss-up between when it was coming out. There was a toss-up between me and Stacey Fabish,
right?
Makeup artist.
Yes.
Because she acts as well. She's technical art design, and
right.
She's doing a whole lot of stuff as well.
Yep.
And she's sitting 2 rows in front of me videoing it. I'm counting mine off, and she's like, "Woohoo!" You can hear every time she goes on. I'm like, "Fuck!" She's about the same at the moment. And then my music, my soundtrack came up.
Yeah.
And it's 2 for every song.
Right.
It's blitzed ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. It was interesting doing that soundtrack.
Yes.
So I was only supposed to be composing at the start.
Right.
And I kept calling out for the actual sound design, because it should have been all the clicks and pops should have been taken away from it and leveled.
Right.
So I can actually go in there and do leveling for the music.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
No.
I pretty much pissed Anthony off quite a few times, waiting for it. So I ended up going through and doing my own level.
Okay.
And doing a bit of clicks and pops and stuff, just for my own inner voices, like,
right.
It just grates on you after you.
Yep.
Because when you're doing sound, you watch it over and over and over and little bits.
Yep.
So I would have watched Black Ghost like 400 or 500 times.
Right.
So, And then in the end, I copped a lot.
You ended up doing all of the sound edit.
3 days to do the sound design and before the premiere.
Oh.
And then I said, well, I want it. I've got it now. I want it. And they gave the sound design back to the other guy after it. And he dropped the ball again. Yeah, so it was a solid 6 months' work.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
For me. Big learning curve. First one I've ever done.
Right.
I've been using I've been making music for the last 15 years on Reason though.
Yep.
I know my way around it.
Hadn't done short films or anything before that as well, or
did 5 years of drama in high school.
okay. But as far as like sound
do any
editing
film.
or whatever.
No.
Wow.
Like music.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk about the deep end.
kept up with my music.
Yeah,
yeah. Reason is like every instrument's in Reason now.
Okay.
It's like there's two digital audio workshops that Ableton and Reason.
Yep.
And Reason is way more technical.
Mm.
You can rewire everything, like automate, like turn it on this time, it automates it, and yeah. And then I was acting on Black Ghost.
Yep.
And then I asked him, so who's doing the soundtrack?
What was your character on Black Ghost? I have seen it, but remind me.
Goon number 3.
Right.
It's a non-speaking role.
Okay. You get killed?
They say I'll get killed, but I reckon I just got kneed in the balls again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Something about Sean Schwiller's movies. I got close-ups of my groin.
Oh.
Lord of Agony is a close-up of my groin.
Okay.
And Black Ghost is like I fall right in front of the camera, like holding my balls.
Right.
But Anthony reckons that I was supposed to got stabbed there, but
Uh-huh.
I don't think he had a knife at that stage. Where he's in the shed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this is that a bikie scene?
Yeah, the bikie scene. I was in the bikie gang.
Yeah, right.
In Bulldog Manhattan's crew. Brett Varatis.
Right.
Yeah. It's a bit of fun.
Mm.
I was also the guy standing at the door of the bikie clubhouse when Black Ghost first came around to say hi.
Okay.
I was the one at the door with the hot blonde, who was
Right.
also Stacey Fabish.
Right. That's where the competition starts.
Yeah, right, yeah. Hours.
How many characters does she have?
Hours of almost touching. She was in the bath cleaning up the blood after the old man got shot
Okay.
in the bathtub.
Yep.
It was a blood bath.
Yep. Nice.
I saw her cleaning up there. Probably lots of backs.
Backs to heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use the back of your head like fucking 15 times in a movie.
Yeah. I think Peter Jackson's film Bad Taste had like 5 guys who were aliens, and there were like hundreds of aliens in that movie, all played by 5 guys.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Was that before or after Meet the Feebles?
That was before. That was his first one. Yeah.
I thought Meet the Feebles was first.
No, Bad Taste.
What's it called? Bad Taste.
Yeah.
Someone actually said that to me once. Peter Jackson.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to be a short film, and he worked a really boring job, like 5 days a week. He did a day's overtime to get money for the film, and then they'd shoot on Sundays. And all the time during his job, he'd get new ideas for the movie, so he'd write them in, so there'd be more stuff to shoot the next Sunday. And so, yeah, they did that for about 2 years, and then they cut a bit of it together, and it came out to be about an hour. It's like, this is too long to be a short film. Well, if we keep doing this, we'll make a feature. And so they did.
Yeah. Well.
And there was one guy who was in the beginning of the movie, and then while they were shooting, he got married, and his wife didn't like him being in the movie, so he couldn't do it anymore. And then before they finished shooting, they got divorced, and so he came back. So he's in the end of the movie.
Oh. New relationship doesn't like what you're doing in your life. I don't get that. I just don't get that. Sorry, what was that, baby? Oh, that's right. I'm single.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Chemist yesterday, picking some stuff up for Mum. The lady behind the counter's like, so what have you done today? I'm like, I just woke up. I thought I'd better come to the shops before they fucking close. And she's like, oh, really? What did you work? Do you do shift work? I'm like, nope. Nope. It's like, well, why? Why are you just waking up? Like, because I've got no one telling me not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Underemployment does have its advantages. And disadvantages.
Yeah, you can't do it for too long, though. You'll go nuts.
Mm. That's why I'm...
keeping yourself busy
keep
here.
myself busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I fell down when I was long-term unemployed.
Yeah.
I wasn't keeping myself busy.
Mm.
Wake up, watch Oprah,
Yeah.
repeat.
You got a decent computer to do stuff on?
No, not at all.
Mm.
Yeah, the guy does all of my cinematography, does all my editing. So that's going to be a little bit different on Bleederville. Looks like all of the directors are going to be editing their own segments. So I'm going to have to upgrade the computer, or at least get access to one somehow, so I can cut my own segments. Because
I've been watching auctions for workstations.
Oh, okay.
Just to run DaVinci.
Right.
That won't run DaVinci. It used to be a really good computer. Yeah. You need a really good graphics card.
Right. So I don't know if I'm going to be borrowing someone, or going to someone's place, or getting something at my place, or how it's going to work. But yeah, that's a little ways down the track. We've got to get.
I'll let you know how I go with these workstations if I pick. They go pretty cheap at auction.
Yep.
But they're not working.
Yeah.
You got to put your own hard drive, and just come with RAM and a computer.
Yeah.
But they're really good. Like, Microsoft have got this Xeon, Xeon.
Okay.
And the chips are actually self-checking. There's like a checksum to them. Not like these computers. These computers, they just spit out data.
Yep.
But these workstations actually, like, they're designed not to fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like mining operations might use one for their like, my cousin was talking to me the other day about, they got this truck with a laser LiDAR on top, and just drives around and gets the measurements for all the pits at the time.
Yep.
And these computers run that.
Okay.
Which is lots of data.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. I need a fucking U-Butte. So I can start editing, like, proper stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I can edit anything that comes through that.
Okay.
But not when you look at Tony, and Tony's got black magic and he wants to shoot in 4K.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with some of these big cameras, like the footage they shoot, just beautiful. But yeah, you've got to have all of the other equipment to manage it, like especially editing, having the hard drive space or whatever else it is you need to manage it. But even we shot a short film a couple of years ago with a Scarlet, which is a little bit smaller than a Red, but not really nice quality images. But the damn thing was so heavy. Like all of our regular kind of tripods and whatever, it was just like we couldn't use kind of, you know, the jib arms or whatever with it. It was just too heavy. So yeah, we had a lot of kind of stagnant shots when we really wanted to kind of move about a bit.
Wow.
So yeah, and we were shooting in just a friend's house, and so to have an interesting shot, we'd have to have like a big, massive kind of rig to lift the camera up and down on, but there's no room in a house like that for that kind of rig, so you'd have to have a studio in which you could build the room that you want and take out walls where you need them. So yeah, if you got a big expensive camera, you need everything else in the production to be big and expensive as well. You can't just do kind of, you know, dinky little short films unless you kind of really restrict yourself on the kind of shots that you want to get.
You're talking about close-ins?
Yeah, well, no, really more the of the stuff that you're able to get. Yeah,
Just
sure.
the focal length of...
Not just about focal length, it's just the weight of the camera.
Yeah.
It was just, and it was noisy as well. So we had to do we had to do the whole thing ADR, which, you know, we mostly do anyway. But yeah, the fan on this thing was like, you know, is the camera rolling? Can you hear it? Yes. You know.
Can you explain to everyone out there, like, how you do ADR?
A lot of the time, what we do is we record the voice, because the editing system that we've been using, which is Final Cut Pro, which is a relatively common thing.
Apple, right?
Yes. If you've got the actor saying the line the way that they say it in the take, you can actually stretch or compress the line without changing the pitch. And so if they say the right words in the right order, you can actually match it to fit their lips. It's actually really cool. So yeah, the old system of like getting the exact speed and the exact tone and the exact, you know, line is all, you know, all we need is the exact line and the length that, you know, it is kind of fairly variable. So that's really cool.
Yeah, pitch correcting time dilation, I think it was called.
Okay.
They got it in Reason too. It's like if say my guitarist is just jamming out a bit, and a couple of the strums were a bit out of time.
Yep.
Just move them up. You can stretch it out and not change the pitch as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like the same thing. So yeah, I think because when I first started with my cinematographer, I was just like, oh, who are we going to get to record sound? It's like, don't need anyone. We just need to get a wild track. We'll get everything else in ADR. I was just like, what? That's madness. and we've been doing it, and we shoot really quickly.
Yeah.
Because we're not worrying about that extra person, you know, potentially dropping a mic into frame or something like that. And yeah, you can't tell the difference on the actual film. So sometimes we get like a nice clean take of audio while we're shooting. At the end of the shoot, we get the actor to kind of do their lines, so it's not even like bringing them in for another day, you know, in the recording studio. Yep. Sometimes we do. We have done that in the past, but And then there was one day we were shooting.
Do you put in the ambient noise of the
Yeah,
room?
yeah.
Or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was one shoot that we were doing. We were shooting in a warehouse with like a tin roof. It was a rainy day, and yeah, just any other shoot, we would have been like, well, we either wait for the rain to stop or we come back another day. And on that day, we just kept rolling and got all of the audio, all the dialogue later. Which I believe is pretty much the Hollywood way.
Yeah. Yeah, they love ADR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, saw a thing on one of the Lord of the Rings DVDs where I think they had a scheduling problem where they were doing a reshoot and they didn't have time to do ADR, so they had to do it all live. And it was like a big deal that we have to get clean audio for, up until then, when I was watching, I was like going, isn't that every shoot? And yeah, clearly in kind of American movies or big budget movies, no. They just expect to do ADR. Everything they record on the time is just a wild track to kind of keep an eye on, what's said.
I've never actually done ADR before. Well, I have realistically.
Right.
Because I was going around getting other times that they've said it, and it's actually inserting that.
We've done that before too, yeah.
So yeah, I know how to do all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
It's just that they tried to do it twice at Black Ghost, and they had big troubles.
Right.
Big troubles. It's like they wanted to say it on the time.
Right.
Like old school. Like
yeah.
Like they had a tape recorder.
Yep.
But yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. It's just
no.
Everything slides in infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to kind of the old days, I reckon
it'd
be a nightmare. But like I don't know if just my editor is really slick and really well practiced at it, because I know he does wedding videos professionally, and I've heard him talk about doing that kind of thing where like they've missed the wedding vows on a particular take and then got the kind of couple in again and re-recorded them, slotted them in.
Well, funny you should say that.
Oh, really?
I've had a cousin's wedding video for a few years now, and it's just blown out. It's at the beach.
Right.
I've got that thing with no microphone.
Okay.
I was actually there to take some photos, and then no one's doing the video. I have to do the video now. So yeah, I should just get them back in and get them to renew their vows. You hear that, Tracy? You're gonna be coming in the studio. Renew your vows.
The audio's blown out or the vision? Because there's not much you can do with the
vision's fine.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah, just
I had a telephoto lens on that.
Yeah, just get them in.
Yeah,
just go. All right, this is what you say on the day. Say that again into the mic.
Yeah,
off you go.
Pretty sure you can find the priest who was one of his mates.
Yeah,
there's a pirate Lego party wedding.
What?
She loves Lego.
Okay.
And he drinks a lot of rum and likes being a pirate. So everyone dressed up as pirates.
Okay.
And had like Lego stuff everywhere, like Lego shoes and little Lego men. It was awesome, man. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I've been using it to hone my skills of getting out wind noise, and it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead cat.
Yeah.
Dead cat.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's my portable one up there.
Right.
On my phone rig. I'm building a Steadicam light one, a bar that comes out over the top. so you can pull it up and down
Yep.
with that sort of idea. See it up there?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen them.
Yep.
They're like $5,000. So I'll build one. Thank you very much. I like building things.
Okay.
Most of the things I've ever had in my life are custom.
Right. Well, yeah. Whatever gets the job done, I reckon.
I'd like to build a crane next.
All right. How might you achieve that?
Oh, it's metal out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a crane driver, so I know how it works.
Qualified.
I know how it works. It's all counterweight, mate.
Yeah.
Yep. These days you can actually like get gimbals that will follow points.
Yes.
So you could set up a phone on that gimbal, and it would turn the whole thing around for you. And so it could be up there with no controls, just a phone that's actually operating the direction of the camera on its own big gimbal.
Are they ones that kind of over scan, and then you can kind of zoom in to get the shot that you want if you want a certain movement in the shot, or is that something different?
These ones are just like you stick your phone on something, and it just follows you around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a stepper motor thing.
It's one of those that's like face recognition technology.
Sort of something like that,
sort
yeah.
of like, yeah, I'm gonna follow that, and off it goes.
Lots of technology out there.
Oh yeah.
It's only $120 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, those $200 for gimbals are pretty good.
Right.
Not the $4,000 things that they used to be. Yeah. You got a camera?
No, I leave that to the people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just, write scripts and tell actors what to do. I don't.
Ever play around with your phone making movies?
No, I've never done that. No.
Practice shots?
I'm afraid of my phone. I like it rings. I'm like, oh, someone's calling me.
Yeah.
No. I'm too. Yeah, not smart enough for that kind of thing.
Yep.
Get people who know what they're doing, I say.
What are you shooting on for Bleederville?
That's a very good question. Our
It's
camera
not-
guy
not on
knows
the- not on
the
the list
answer.
yet?
Our camera guy knows the answer to
Yeah,
that. Yeah. It'll look good though.
Probably a black magic or a red or
No, I don't think anything that that powerful.
H5 or something.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
It's Panasonic?
Yeah, not sure.
Can't remember. Yeah, H5. Yeah. Shooting 4K now, they do.
Yeah.
They had a sort of, I don't know what it was. It was weird. It's like you could move the handles like this, and it would actually stay on sort of center. And
Yep.
had controls to move it.
Okay.
I don't know if that was actually the sound source point for this. It sounded like this.
Right. Oh, this is on Black Ghost. Right.
I actually thought that like the roadie selfie stick things for the boom
Yep.
mic operator.
Yep.
That they'd run the cable up through the middle.
Oh.
And it was going every time they moved it.
Right.
There's But someone said it was one of these weird things actually making this noise.
Oh.
It probably took a good month and a half out of my life. Anthony was calling it the Google icon sound.
Oh, okay.
It's like this. Sometimes it's happened over vocals and couldn't take it out.
Yep.
So the more, because this is live audio, so the better the live audio gets, the more things stand out.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a self-defeating, never-ending story when you're trying to fix sound.
Yep.
Yeah, and just chase your tail, chase your tail, chase your tail. And then sometimes find out that you've gone overboard.
Yep.
And you have to go all the way back to the start and start again. But you've learnt from your mistakes and you know which way not to go now. Yeah. Actually, well, I started directing on a cooking show that you were supposed to direct.
Oh, okay. I do remember talking to people about that, but yeah, never got the phone call that you guys were starting. So yeah,
okay.
never followed up with it.
I just took the reins.
Yes.
Everyone knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Set up a couple of set up my phone over the stovetop and had that on a telephoto lens, so the black magic would just be like a stationary.
Right.
You could zoom in, you could frame it out, stuff out, but that would be the zoom in on stuff. Yeah, it's sad that fell over.
Yeah.
Contracts.
Yes.
So it was three people went in on a
Okay.
handshake agreement.
Yep.
And then ownership started being implied. And it's like, well, we're all fucking part owners in this. Like, if you want to get a project off the ground, you got to have some sort of trust with people. Then that didn't work. I edited 4 fucking cooking shows, man.
Right.
Not allowed to release them. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I guess you kind of got to know where you're going from the get go, because yeah, it's tough when you put in a lot of hours on something that doesn't kind of come to fruition.
Yeah. There's a bit of that going on in Perth.
Oh yeah.
Stuff getting made and then stuff getting stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mostly stuff that I've done, like, I can tell people, oh, we're going to do this, and then kind of before the ball starts rolling, it kind of collapses on itself, and it's like, kind of no harm, no foul, like, you know, no serious investment. Like, if we'd started shooting on anything, it'd pretty much be, yeah, we're going to need to bring this to conclusion somehow, even if it falls apart along the way. It'd still be like, there's still going to be an end product. But yeah, everything that I've kind of started that's sort of not gone anywhere, it's never gotten to kind of shooting.
You have contracts?
I've not done a lot in the way of contracts and things. No.
It's all just been handshake agreements
Yeah.
and people trusting each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how things would go with Bleederville.
Amazing.
Well, Bleederville's a bigger project, so we might need to do a little bit of stuff like that, because it's going to be more. Yeah, we do kind of. Oh, I guess we do sort of talent release forms and things like that, but that's kind of
I'm
like
going to have a waiver for you later.
first day of shoot. Oh no, no, not shining. Don't put this away.
No harm, no foul. We did start shooting though.
So yeah, most of the stuff we've done has been so small. It's just been like we're just getting together for the weekend and doing a film.
Yeah.
Come on board or don't. You know, there's not really been much in the way of kind of money in well,
there's no money in it.
Yeah, there's no money. But even if we thought that there could be money, it'd be like, well, of course, we're going to kind of share the wealth. You know, it's never come to that, but you know, if we ever do, it's like
Still trying.
still trying. Yeah, again, Bleederville's going to be different. It's a whole different game. We're doing crowdfunding and some fundraising events and really basically trying to get people to invest in it. And yeah, so it's going to be different. It's a lot different to shooting the short films. That's for sure.
Got anything you want to shout out?
Well, you can go to the Australian Cultural Fund page and type in Bleederville, and you can donate to our crowdfunding page there, australianculturalfund.org.au.
Australian Cultural Fund, eh?
Yeah, they're a government-run crowdfunding campaign, crowdfunding page. So they don't get you to offer rewards the way that GoFundMe or anyone else does. But the incentive is all of your donations are 100% tax deductible. So yeah, that's kind of the benefit there. You basically it's kind of the government funding the film, sort of.
You got to GoFundMe as well?
No,
or is that part of the stipulation? Is it?
No, I think you kind of want to put
all your eggs in one basket.
Like if the ACF one doesn't work, we may try something different later down the line, but we kind of want to stick with one thing. So if we don't get what we need to make the film, we'll probably try different other things. But yeah, I think
I suggest you have a Patreon as well.
Oh, okay.
Because then people can give like $5 a month, and they don't see it. They don't, and they like it doesn't really affect their life much if they're handing over $50 at a time.
Yeah.
It's easy to just do $5 a week or $5 a fortnight or $5 every.
You have a Patreon for this site? Yeah. Okay.
Patreon.com/The Chronicles of Triple S.
Right.
Triple S was the sexy Scotty Shortland someone introduced me on radio as
right.
And another mate goes, "Why don't you just call him Triple S?" And that was it. Fucking 20 years.
Oh wow.
And we were drinking in a car park at indoor cricket once.
Yes.
And someone goes, "Why don't you make a TV show and call it The Chronicles of Triple S? You got some great stories, Scott." Like, so if I could just listen to him,
right?
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I met you.
That's true.
Like in a way that not just hanging around a cafe after a movie that we've just seen that's probably disturbed us. And everyone else has got to meet you as well. And you got to talk about Bleederville?
Yeah. Yeah, well, Bleederville is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, basically it started out as originally they were going to be 7 stories.
Like 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah, we were going to do each story was going to have their own sin, and each story was going to have their own kind of horror kind of creature. Like we were going to have one with a vampire and one with a werewolf. We still have those, but I figured and give them to each 7 different writers, and anyone can go off and write 12 pages on their sin and their creature, and then it'll come back And the idea was there would be a certain, oh, you've got this kind of guy in this story, and that's kind of similar to this guy in this story, and they can be the same guy. But when I got all of the stories back, of course, they're all horror stories. And everybody dies. And so you can't have the same character die twice in the same movie. So that didn't work. So I came up with an 8th story, which incorporated a couple of characters who didn't die. And that would be the last story. And so, yeah, we'd been working on this film. We've been working on this film since, like, late 2017, so about 2.5 years at this point.
Wow.
And so about a year ago, I was feeling the pressure, and I just went, this is a lot of work. This is not like making 9 short films. It's different. It's harder. I'm going to need to kind of delegate some of the directing duties. And so we started looking for people. We thought maybe having a director for each segment and kind of, had couldn't find, 8 at that point directors, but we did end up with 3. And it's like, okay, we got 8 stories, 3 directors. If we had one more story, then we'll have 3 each. That'll work. And one of the first guys that I asked to write a story, his wife would have been pregnant at the time. And he said, and he works he's a teacher at a university, and he goes, "No, I don't want to write that for you." I went, "Okay, that's fair enough." But I was looking through some of my old scripts, and found one of his that was this cool kind of 12 or 15 page horror story, and I just went, "This could work as a Bleederville story." So I called him up again and said, "Can we use this old story that you wrote many years ago?" And he goes, "Yeah, okay." So, one of the original writers that I wanted on it is on it now. So, so we ended up with 9 stories. So,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Who's this writer?
His name's Roy Obel. He and I went to high school together. I'd probably call him my best mate. He, if I were to get married, I'd ask him to be my best man. That's the kind of relationship we've got. Because he's been living in Japan for about 11 years now, so don't get to see him as often as I'd like.
Excuse to bring him over.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You single?
I am. So if he's written. This will be the 5th story of his I've directed. So, we've done 2 horror stories, a comedy, and a kind of thriller drama thing. So, running the full spectrum. But we went to high school together. So,
So I know Anthony.
Sorry?
Anthony, I went to South Mount High.
All right. Excellent. That's how you got into movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran a trivia game on Facebook,
Right.
giving away a free bottle of rum.
Okay.
Homemade.
What was the question that you needed to answer? Or questions?
It was something like, are Australians actually free? Or why isn't liberty something that we talk about here in Australia?
It was more of a theological kind of a question rather than a trivia. You had to write a decent response, did you?
Not really.
No?
No, it's a simple question.
Oh.
So why don't you think we talk about liberty here in Australia? Liberty goes beyond freedom.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
We're all subjects to the Queen.
Right. So we don't.
Well, we're not free because we're technically owned. It's true. We're all the Queen's subjects.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't work in practice anymore. Sorry. It doesn't work in practice anymore, obviously.
Thank you.
But it's true.
So you're comparing the country to America. We have a very similar
It's a
history and
sovereign
society, and that's kind of the big difference between the two.
They talk about liberty all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're kind of
So
very
not owned.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big secessionist.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I got into politics.
Right.
WA should be its own country.
Ah. Would we be able to sustain ourselves?
I think so.
Yeah.
Don't
Do we get a lot of help from
Don't we
overseas?
supply something like 40% of the world's minerals?
How long can that last for?
So Norway. Norway's a good country to base this on. They've got a sovereign wealth fund of like $40 billion or something. It's like one of the biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world.
Okay.
They're not actually allowed to invest inside the country, but they're allowed to invest outside the country.
Right.
But say they're oil fields, we basically give our gas away.
Right.
Very, very low prices.
Okay.
We actually pre-sold it to the Japanese, and now we want some back. But if that was Norway would make a lot of money off that gas.
Right.
And we've pissed it away. Yeah. Resource rent tax. Like, they're really only making like $1 per ton of iron ore.
Okay.
And that's not much.
No.
Was it 25 cents? 25 cents per ton WA makes of iron ore.
Right.
It's $100 when it's supposed to be about $100 a ton. That's where I reckon that we'd be richer than Saudi Arabians very quickly. And Aramco's perhaps the biggest company on earth.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know. This is all
We'd have
brand new.
to import a toilet paper.
Yeah, I've got no trees. Maybe you have to develop that 3 seashell technology. You don't know the 3 seashell? From Demolition Man? It's an old movie. Write down Demolition Man.
Okay. Was it 3?
3 seashells. So yeah, in Demolition Man,
I remember the movie. It just
yeah. So Stallone gets frozen he's a 20th century guy, gets woken up about 2030 or something, and the whole world's changed, including the toilets. There's no longer toilet paper. There's 3 seashells, and he doesn't know how to use them. But you get a little fine that's printed out on a piece of paper when you swear. So he goes over to the machine and he swears a whole bunch of times, and he goes, "I'll be right back."
dystopian.
Yeah.
I love dystopias. So 1984.
Yes.
It's coming in 67 years since the author died,
Okay.
and that's when rights to the written word get extinguished.
How many years?
67 years.
67. What? Because it's like
since
50 or something for music, I think. After the death of the author, I think Because yeah, that seems like a nice round number. 67 seems like an odd number to choose. Like, why not go 70?
Maybe it's just the current retirement age.
Retirement age plus that again, and then your book comes out of copyright.
Was it for us now? 69
Is it? I think it's 67 now.
for us,
I think so.
and that could change
I think by the time we get to 67, they'll raise it again.
like 3 times. I want to go back to 65. Should go back to 65.
Yeah, but how long do you think you're going to live?
It shouldn't matter.
Well, the thing is, the money that you earn up until 65 or retirement age, whatever that may be by the time we get there, has got to last you from retirement till the end of your life.
Do you know what financial advisors advise people that have just retired?
What's that? Go back to work.
Spend your super so you can start getting the pension
Right.
as soon as you can. Go buy that big boat.
Yeah. Go on that world trip. Well, maybe not now.
Well, you should spend it on assets.
Okay.
Don't just booze and hookers and cocaine and do that when you're young.
Everything else is a waste of time.
Yeah,
I think that was
I had a good youth.
Hemingway. I can't remember.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, I don't think it was him, but yeah, I think it was someone like Hemingway. He said, someone asked him what he did with all of his money. He said, "I spent 90% of my money on fine alcohol and beautiful women. The other 10% I wasted."
Yeah, he hit of that. Anything else you'd like to talk about? More coke and hookers?
Oh,
What's your favourite films?
my favorite film, my number one film, Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
I do remember this. Give us a synopsis.
It's Vietnam War.
I
Martin
love
Sheen.
I love the smell of
The smell of
napalm
in the morning. Yeah. Martin Sheen sent up the river on a boat to go and kill Marlon Brando. He's gone a bit nuts. Yeah.
Marlon Brando. Is it Marlon Brando that would have been the first or the biggest Me Too guy ever?
Oh,
Yeah, like if he was still around.
yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I've allegedly heard this on other things that it wasn't just girls that he would assault, so it was just everybody that was there.
Okay.
So Cosby could have. Cosby's going to be one of the world's worst sex predators. Charged and convicted.
Right.
Weinstein's gone. He went last week.
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. So you see the shorts of all the people that have ever thanked him at the awards?
I did see something like that. It was like a book ended with like a Ricky Gervais quote or something like that with like a whole bunch of
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing when you're the head of a studio and your movie wins an award or whatever, you thank the head of the studio. I mean, yeah.
Executive producer.
Yeah.
Was he producer or executive producer?
Well, I know for a long, long time, he and his brother ran Miramax. And I think they got out of that and started the Weinstein Company. I think that's what they were called. And so, yeah, that's what they've been doing for however long.
What would you term executive producers of a film? Are they the owners?
To me, executive producer is kind of the liaison between the people who have the money and the people who make the movie. So I wouldn't say they kind of own the movie. It's the producer, I think, is kind of the owner of the movie.
Yeah.
That's why they get the Best Picture Oscar when they win Best Picture.
Yeah.
So executive producer is kind of, they work for the studio, but they kind of work with the filmmakers. Yeah.
Or sometimes they just are the studio.
Yeah. Depends on how big your studio is, I guess.
Yeah, I'm producer, executive producer, director.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see something
Sound
like
designer.
executive producer George Lucas, you kind of go, you're doing all of that kind of work. Although then again, on Lucasfilm movies, that is him.
Doing the fundraising.
Yeah. Well, it's all his own money. Yeah, I believe. So I heard of at the time, The Phantom Menace was the biggest budget independent movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't 20th Century Fox putting up the money. It was George Lucas. It was Lucasfilm.
Just went hardcore.
Yeah, so we've got the money. We'll do it.
Wasn't that one not greatly received?
That's true.
If I remember correctly.
That's true, but it made a shit ton of money. So yeah.
Yeah, it's between Marvel and Star Wars versus like the biggest ever films.
Probably. Like as far as kind of franchises go, like Marvel, what at the MCU?
I used to cover it on Monday nights when we were doing it. It's
right.
Like, the final, the big Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Was always in second in one of them.
Oh, okay.
And people like kept losing their minds. No, it's the biggest movie. It's the biggest movie. No, this one's actually bigger.
What was the other one? What's on top? Was it still Avatar?
No. Avatar got beaten pretty quickly, actually.
Okay.
I'm sure it was a Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
I could look that up
they're
later.
all Disney now. So yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Soon everyone will be owned by Disney or Apple, including Netflix.
Yep.
Amazon Prime will stay around. No one's buying out Jeff Bezos. Especially when you sign up for Amazon Prime, like deliveries and stuff, you get the TV for free.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's what I hear anyway.
Uh-huh.
I've never signed up for Amazon Prime, so
No, me either.
I've got a producer's contract with them,
Okay.
just in case I've got anything to distribute from someone else, or I do something.
Cool.
It's quite easy to get. It's just filling out forms and stuff.
Yeah. Didn't they have a big thing where they, like, a lot of people kind of just put up their kind of independently made movie, and then at some point they all just went, no, we don't want all of those movies, and they had like a big dump of kind of low budget films that they just went, no, we're not going to put those up anymore. It was like,
It's hurting their brand.
yeah, I think so. I think that was maybe last year or the year before. Can't remember.
Wonder if Black Ghost made the cut.
Not sure.
Haven't heard anything. I think they keep talking about it being on there.
Okay.
Don't know. Never paid for it. Lucky to get a copy, actually. I had to fight for that copy.
Oh, really?
Yep. Bitched and moaned for like 10 weeks after that. Didn't want to pay for it after all my work on it.
However many months you spent
Yeah.
cutting that audio.
And just the sheer terror on my brother and my neighbours 4 o'clock in the morning with these things pumped, trying to listen for that fucking sound, you know? Just try to listen because you can't hear it on headphones, and
Okay.
you've got a deadline. You try and listen for these pops and nicks and live video, man. Live audio. I'm not a fan. I'd like to get really good at ADR. That
Yeah, it probably takes practice, just like anything else. Just get in there, try it,
yeah.
see what works, see what works for you. And if you can get it to work again, fantastic.
Yeah. I use Cool Edit Pro
Okay.
for Black Ghost.
Yep.
It's old school. It became Adobe Audition,
Okay.
but old school. But WAVs haven't changed
Right.
realistically, and it's just a sequencing. It's a multi-track recording program, like originally. I started using it for radio,
Right.
putting ads in and cutting it up for the slots.
Yeah, sure.
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
Everything runs around on a wheel and shortens but it doesn't have all the new tech like what you're talking about before, the time dilation.
Yeah. That was kind of the big game changer. Absolutely. With attempting ADR at kind of a low budget level, or kind of, I don't want to use the word amateur, but kind of less than professional. It would just be a nightmare. The amount of time you'd have to spend, unless your actor was right on the ball.
As long as he says it the same way, and I've got a recording of it, I can slot it anywhere.
Yeah, but old school before you could kind of tighten it up. Yeah, it's pretty much all the actors' work, having to watch what they do and do it the exact same way again. Yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
I don't think they even need to watch it; they just need to hear it.
Yeah, when I've seen it in movies, the actors there with the screen and the sound, and then they try to match. I think they might even replay the take without the sound and get them to do the voice at the same time. I think that's what I've seen kind of in movies about movies where they do ADR.
So I'm just a sound nerd. I could talk about stuff like this and bore the shit out of everyone for hours. For hours. Yeah, finding a good program to take noise out of is probably the hardest thing you'll find in sound. And if you're doing ADR, you don't need to. So
Yeah,
it's sort of
what you really need is a nice clean take. That's what you need. And you've got kind of things rattling and traffic going past and planes going over and all of that.
I did a short film with those mole crickets.
Right. Oh.
All the way through it. So
at that point you're either making it part of the soundtrack or you got to take it all the way out.
Accentuated it. It became a lot of mole crickets.
Yeah. There's a sound. I don't think I've heard it here. I only hear it in Japanese movies. It's like, I'm guessing it's kind of like a cricket. But in like whether it's animated or live action, there's always this sound of this kind of clicking, which I'm presuming is kind of a cricket. And I was in Japan and I could hear that sound. It's like, okay, this is what Japan actually sounds like.
Probably doing some live audio.
I didn't actually determine what it actually was, but I'm sure it was a cricket or some kind of insect.
While we were recording Slice, actually, there was a fucking cricket going off. I was in this little box next to me, like a planter box.
Right.
I kept kicking it. All right, go. So at the end, I took like 5 minutes of just the mole cricket.
Right.
close up with the directional.
Does it work for the scene though?
I have to see it in post.
Right.
Yeah. Have to see it in post. Outside the pizza store.
Yep.
You've written it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where most of the film is.
Yeah. Realistically, it is.
There's it's like all outside the pizza store, and then there's like one scene at the end.
Yeah.
That's not in the pizza store or outside the pizza store.
When the girls were talking about should we scream or not, I planted my foot and say you have to scream. So there's a scream in it.
Oh, nice.
Just to plug it.
Yeah, liven it up a
Without
bit.
giving away anything.
Yeah,
I think we gave away too much.
probably.
Sorry, Anthony.
It's called Slice. It's a horror movie. What do you think happens? You know?
Yeah. That was a bit of fun.
Yeah. How long?
Shot it in a day.
Yeah, shot in a day
Yeah.
or a night even.
We did the next day in the morning.
Yep.
Just a fucking hot day. That
Right.
day. It's like 42 or something.
Ugh. Yuck.
I don't know if that was that hot, but it felt like it.
Yeah. No, we always try to schedule our shoots for like between autumn and spring. I don't.
Yeah.
I think the last time I shot in the summer was the last time that we trialed daylight savings in Perth,
Yeah.
and we had a shoot that was at night, and yeah, we had this room that we were in with I think a north-facing window. Can't remember. And we had that room until midnight, and we couldn't start shooting until 9. We scheduled to shoot from 6 till 9, and yeah, basically we lost the first 3 hours of shooting because of bloody daylight savings.
Did you vote against it?
Yeah,
I voted against it.
I don't even know why it's a thing.
See, Perth. So the meridian for Perth's timeline is actually in the east of WA. It's between Esperance and Eucla. That's the meridian for the time, our time. And because Perth is like, I don't know, 1,000 kilometres from Eucla.
Yeah, not sure about that, but
800.
okay,
It's more than 6.
okay,
6 to Esperance.
right.
680, 720. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. So Perth is in the west of that meridian, so we've got 600 kilometres worth of inbuilt daylight saving.
Right.
So here already, 7 o'clock in the morning, it might still be dark and you can't lift.
Right.
Me as a crane driver, I can't start work if the rigger
If it's
can't
too
see where the
dark.
rope is.
Yeah.
And so that's in winter, so daylight savings doesn't affect winter
Yep.
so much. But when you got like 10:30 at night and it's still daylight,
Yeah.
it's not right.
Yeah. It's madness.
The eastern states actually have inbuilt daylight spendings because
Right.
the cities exist on the eastern side of the meridian.
Right.
Yeah, it's only Adelaide and Darwin which are pretty much spot on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because they got some weird half-hour timing.
Yeah.
Bit of trivia there for you.
That's interesting. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Had it explained to me by my uncle years ago.
Yeah.
By a Queenslander, and they don't have daylight savings either. Yeah. Big fuck you, Australia states, Queensland and WA both want to leave. With the last election, I was happy to cut them away.
Well, I was thinking about this as far as kind of the United States goes. Like, a lot of states kind of have their own personalities, and they kind of remind me of Europe, how different countries have their own
Yep.
you know, cultures and you know, personalities or whatever. And
Like yogurt.
no,
Sorry.
dude, fuck.
Cultures.
Yeah, I get it. Jesus.
That was my first dad joke.
I bet your kids are proud. But yeah, a lot of American states kind of feel like their own countries. And, you know, would any of them? Oh, okay, I
California?
guess. Yeah. Well, even, you know,
Kentucky?
Texas and some of the, you know,
Florida?
Florida and all of those, like, should they be their own thing?
Does Quebec want to break off? So is British Columbia. This is all
really?
This is all Canada.
Canada.
I'm involved in the direct democracy movement around the
Yes.
world.
I've heard of that, yes.
I just got made a board member of the Direct Democracy Foundation.
Oh.
It's a new thing. But some of the guys I talked to over there are in Ontario, and they want to break away as well.
Right. Is, like, we've seen England or the UK.
Well,
it looks like it's really hard work.
I don't know.
Is it worth it?
Those pulling out of just
I mean, they are their separate countries.
a trade union.
Yeah.
Belgium were making laws for them. That's what they didn't like.
Right.
But Australia's not in. I suppose we are with the federal government. But Australia's not in, like ASEAN or anything like that.
Right.
The Asian Union might come one day if they stop like sending warships after each other's fishing boats in the South China Sea.
Right.
Who's been standing up recently? Vietnam wants to go to war with China now.
Oh, seems like a foolish idea.
Well, they used to be friends, didn't they?
Okay. I think that's how kind of history works. Is you.
Who? Someone said this about the Americans. It's like, who will be our future enemies? It's like the people that we are arming now.
Yeah, that runs.
Yeah. Now back to reality.
Yes.
Toilet paper.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting one of those Japanese toilets off Wish or
like a
$200 jobby.
yeah, like a
Kogan's got them.
bidet type of a thing.
A little thing that swings out and. Did you see that photo with the sprinkler in there?
Yes.
I used to have this. So the photos from Pollywood most of them got taken from an apartment I had in South Perth.
Right.
I've got a phone call one day going, Scott, your bedroom's flooded. You better come and have a look. And it's a good thing that all my studio equipment was at the other end of the room.
Right.
Because this Asian lady had this like a spray. It's like a shower sprayer,
Right.
but more directional with a button
trigger.
A button trigger.
Right.
Yeah, apparently it's all the rage.
Okay.
Yeah, but like the hose broke and piss water everywhere and filled my room up. It's pretty cool.
Damn.
It's clean water.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless she was just using it that whole time. I don't think they're even there. I think they're away on holidays and she's just left it on and pipe burst.
Oops.
Yeah. So I used to have this apartment between the Main Street Jetty and South Perth Narrows Bridge.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
Yep.
Because it was like from the 1920s. It had never been built out.
Yep.
You can't build in front of a line.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's built backwards a little bit.
Yep.
So you can see you can see the Narrows Bridge, and you can see over the back of the Windsor Hotel.
Right.
From where we were.
Nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
So
good for fireworks.
When the TV station fires up, I got a whole heap of time lapses and great photos of the city.
Yeah.
Great photos of the city. I bought that within a couple of weeks of me. The Nikon.
Yes.
Within a couple of weeks of me actually moving in there. So I want to make this. I'm not really good with Photoshop because I refuse to give Adobe money.
Oh, really?
Like the subscription scheme, can't afford it for starters. But I'd like to get really good at it because I've got like nearly every building in Perth reflecting the sun back at me.
Oh.
So in winter, these buildings will do it, and then it'll slowly make its way all the way around to Burswood.
Right.
And then 3 days Burswood will be on fire, and then it'll make it all the way back to like Jumas House.
Yep.
Which is reflecting at you, and I've got photos of all the buildings over. Was I there? 2.5 years.
Okay. Nice.
Best place for got a couple of fireworks.
Yep.
The lightning in fireworks. Did you ever see that one? There was like a lightning storm that sort of held off the north side of Perth.
Okay.
When the fireworks was on.
Right.
So, you see fireworks and then big lightning storm going through it.
Wow.
Yeah, I picked that one up.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking for bands, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyone that makes arty stuff.
Mm.
Even presenters. I'm looking for presenters to do like stories that they and they'll own their shows. Like
Yeah.
just to give Perth people a bit of a boost.
Yeah. Sure.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like you can't go to YouTube and go Perth's short films or anything like that and expect it to give you.
Yeah.
Do you do keywords Perth short films or anything like that when you post your short films up to YouTube or anything like that?
No, I don't think we do.
So it's hard to find.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people that are doing.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to know the name of the movie that you want to see and type it in there. Like, I guess is kind of like if something comes up, I don't know what it is, and I think it might be Perth made. I'll jump onto IMDb, and then I'll check to see if anyone I know worked on it, and that's how I know it's a Perth film.
Yeah.
Because if I don't recognize anyone's name, like, I don't know everyone. But yeah, if I do see something, I'll just go, might have been Perth made. Like, there was one that came out last year. What's it called? Daybreakers? Something like that.
Yeah.
It was shown at
Netflix.
Monster Fest. No, it wasn't Daybreakers. It was Dustwalkers. Dustwalkers, it was called. And yeah, I only heard about it because I think one of the actors. No, it was actually Stephanie Davis, who's producer on Bleederville. She did the makeup on it, and she said this film's showing at Monster Fest. And I went because I have a look at what's on Monster Fest and go, oh, that looks interesting, or oh, I'm not interested in that, and I just went, wait, what? There's a WA made movie at Monster Fest. That's cool. And yeah, lo and behold, I knew two of the actors who were in it, and the makeup artist. So it's just like, and yeah, the director and producer are from over east, and they were just looking for a kind of country town, and ended up in
Narragain.
No, Q, I think.
Q. There's not much in queue.
Yeah, so they needed a town with a desert, and that's what they found there. And
Plenty of old discarded buildings around there.
yeah, came over and brought a couple of their actors and used a couple of Perth actors and made their movie up there. So yeah, it's like wouldn't have known if someone on the crew hadn't posted something on Facebook. Yeah.
There's another thing I was going to ask you, actually. I'm building a website as part of it.
Yes.
I'm doing profiles for Perth people.
Right.
Do you mind if I put you down as a director?
Sure.
Bit of free advertising for people,
Yeah, yeah.
just to help connect the group and what people do. And
How many people are on it? 2?
I've actually
me?
stolen a few people, like my friends.
Oh, okay.
Everyone that I've asked so far has gone, yep, no
Yeah.
worries. I haven't asked everybody on the website yet, but I haven't actually. I also haven't released the website's address,
Right.
so I'm building it.
So it'll just be like the name and what they do and what, a few credits or...
Yeah, you can put whatever you want.
Oh, so I can have access to it and kind of put stuff on there.
Yeah. I'm not sure about actually how to give people access yet, but I'll put up whatever you want.
Okay, so I'll just send you something and go,
Yeah,
hey,
and
you can say I'm
I'll
a top
update it
bloke
for you.
and, award-winning director and...
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Might actually have to win some awards before you do that.
Oh, there's always time.
Yeah, that's right.
You're only 41. When's your birthday?
June.
July. Cancerian?
No. Gemini.
2 heads.
Yep. Better than one.
It's, is it right in the middle of winter?
Towards the beginning.
Towards the beginning, that's not so bad. Mine's right in the middle of winter, and it's so hard to get people to your party, man. unless people know that there's going to be a really good heater there, or it's indoors.
Yeah.
Or only the true friends come.
Oh, well, at least you know who they are then.
Yeah. I just want to party with everyone. What are we talking about? So profiles. I'd love to actually learn how to relinquish little bits to people and
Right.
have their own profiles and
Yep.
but I only learnt how to do websites last week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was at a party.
That's always the beginning of a good story.
I was at a party last weekend. And my friend, she was asking like what I've been doing. I'm like, oh, I want to build this TV station. And she's like, oh, how does it work? Because she's a techie computer person.
Yep.
And then I just like laid down how it would work, and I've gone, fuck, that was easy. And I came home that night and started building it, and then I've gone, oh, I suppose I need a website now too. So I started building a website that night as well.
Right.
Had most of it up and running in a couple of days.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all been a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah, sure.
So that's a week and a half.
Wow.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Saturday Saturday I was explaining it, that tech that you see there, to someone, and then realizing how fucking easy it is. So, wonders of technology.
Oh, tell me about it. It's good if you know how to use it.
I taught myself live broadcast TV in like 8 weeks before I started doing the lives with Anthony.
Yep.
Yeah, from where to go, like doing video playing and
Yeah.
bringing up websites and cutting back to the camera and yeah, interesting though.
Because you had all that kind of planned out, like we're going to play this and that and the other and make sure it's all there.
Yeah, just lined up websites.
Yeah.
And as I used the website, I just closed it and worked on. Pretty much went on to Movie Mojo,
Right.
and then just clicked on all the new ones every week.
Yeah, right.
It was like 10 new ones every week.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the new info came from that one web page.
Right. Yeah, it's good when you've got kind of one source that's got everything that you want on it.
When I used to do the Motorsport Chat Show on Sport FM, I can't remember the magazine at the moment. It's like a Motorsport Australia, just one magazine, covered everything,
Right.
except for the latest Formula One race or something like that. That it just happened.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of radio is for. Is sort of like the up to date.
That was right before like anyone really had the internet.
Yeah.
People had the internet, but people really didn't have the internet. Everyone was
yeah.
still stuck on 486 computers.
Yep.
Remember them?
Yep. Sure do.
Back in, was this 2002, 2003? Yeah, it wasn't until a little bit later that I got my first decent computer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was it. I've been fucking around with cheap computers right up until I bought that monster. So the biggest laptop they ever made.
Right.
18.4-inch screen. Yeah, they just made 17s after that.
Right.
Yeah. The next one came out with glassless 3D. It had video cameras that would follow your eyes and electrically have two focuses in the LCDs. I don't know how well it works.
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
Yeah.
It's like seems like a lot of effort.
This came with 3D glasses.
Yeah. I don't like 3D like in movies or whatever. I'm not a fan.
The PlayStation helmet.
Okay, no, I've not had a go at those.
You can only do it for 10 minutes at a time, unless you're like really drunk and just sitting on the couch, like shooting simple stuff. Or if you have to walk around, it's like whoa.
Yeah. Have you done movies and stuff with that type of thing?
VR? No.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No.
I wouldn't mind having a go at that. I'd like to see how it goes. I wouldn't mind shooting that kind of thing. We have talked about shooting VR. Nothing's actually happened.
You have to have a prism camera.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And no like production stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually two Bleederville people were in a VR film, and it was all under a bed. I think maybe it was like the point of view of someone who was not supposed to be there, who was hiding under the bed, and the couple were kind of arguing, and you can mostly see their feet, and so yeah, that was the film. It was like a 3 or so minute film. And so I only saw it on YouTube, and you can kind of click to move the point of view of the view. But yeah, I'm sure a completely different experience to have like the goggles or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that's what I'm looking for. Like,
yeah,
just to help people out.
Yeah.
My nephew's actually did 3D animation at what's that place? Training organization.
Yeah.
Does film, animation, music. It'll come to me.
Not Screen Academy?
No, it's in Leederville. It's not Leederville, Northbridge.
Northbridge.
It'll come to me. SEI. Doesn't matter. Yeah, he did 12 months of animation, so I asked him what the final thing was.
Yeah.
He never asked me for my sound design. They would have had that all in house with
Yeah, probably.
people studying film
Yeah.
and music. They do music, film, animation. What else there? Pretty much anything like that.
Yeah, nice.
Sort of like Hex,
Yep.
but not Hex.
Okay.
It's still a debt, and it's still the same rules as Hex. Like, you don't have to pay it back. Start paying it back until you earn 50 grand a year, and
Yep.
comes out of like extra tax.
Right.
How many different schools are there in Perth? I have no idea.
For
I know there's Leederville.
film?
Or is that just music?
What's in Bleederville? Is that
TAFE.
a TAFE? Because I studied at TAFE in Northbridge. I guess they're still there.
You did film there, did you?
Film there, yep. I also went to ECU, and so they used to be called the School of Communications and Media, which spells scam if it's a as an acronym. But I believe they've changed it since then. I can't remember what to. But they also have the Screen Academy there, and they do different stuff, and they work with all whopper actors and whatnot.
Whopper, do they do film?
Only with Screen Academy, as far as I know, because Whopper is acting, music, and dance. And I believe the departments don't actually get along very well. They're kind of a competition who gets, I don't know, the funding. Or the, promotion money or whatever else. So,
Artists, eh?
I know. Yeah, Curtin have a film program. Murdoch. What are these guys down in East Perth? I forget what they're called.
East Central TAFE?
I don't think they're a TAFE. But yeah, there'd be lots of kind of little kind of
Training organisations.
acting places and, yeah, because there used to be FTI back in the
SAE.
Yes.
That's right.
They're the ones that,
SCI.
yeah.
Almost there.
SAE, what does that stand for?
I don't remember.
No, me either. But yeah, they're the crowd in East Perth, I'm sure, not Northbridge.
Maybe they've got two campuses.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It'd be unusual to have two close together, wouldn't
Maybe
it?
they've moved.
Maybe.
It's only a year and a half ago I went to an open house there, though.
Okay.
I'd like to say Newcastle Street.
Oh, wow. I guess, yeah, because when I think of East Perth, I think of kind of where the East Perth train station is. But I think even kind of...
I think of Wellington Park.
Okay, is that kind of over...
Wellington Park.
Where the
end of Wellington Street, yeah.
Yeah, down that... Yeah, so that's all East Perth.
Yeah,
so maybe
East Perth goes all the way to Orang Road.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it was close to Northbridge...
Stop recording.
Oh, has it?
My phone.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Started getting noises. I don't think I'm supposed to get noises when it's recording.
Right. So we're done, are we?
The other one's still going. That's just the backup. Just in case something fucked up.
Which you may very well have.
Oh yeah, I've done whole podcasts and then gone, I can't put that out.
Right.
I apologise to the people. My first two directing cooking show things, we really couldn't put them out.
Right.
I edited them. Never put the fucking light below the lens. Ever.
Okay.
Ever, 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 ever.
That seems like a reasonable idea.
Always put the light above the lens. Because if you don't, everyone's got this little fucking shadow on top of their fucking heads. And everybody's got the shadow.
Well,
Especially when that was pretty much the singular light that we were using.
Well, everyone's on equal terms. No one's, got...
Yeah, everyone looks like they're a ghost. Yeah. Yeah. I had one look at it and went, oh, really? Now I know.
Yep.
Yeah, the first two cooking shows were shot the first night, so
Right.
We fixed that mistake pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was just data problems from then on.
Yeah.
I was still full from Black Ghost.
Right. How long after Black Ghost was that one?
I just hadn't gone through and cleaned all my stuff out.
Oh, okay.
yet.
There was still stuff. Oh, right. Okay.
Had some data corruption issues that got fixed once I got out of the red in the hard drives.
Yep.
But with Black Ghost, because I'd have backup points, and wanting to have like the backup points from when I actually like started fucking with one of the sounds.
Yep.
Kept them all, and I'm like producing like 150 gig a night sometimes. With everything there. Yeah. I got about 10 terabytes of stuff, and it filled it up real quick.
Yep.
Had to go, no, I can't do it this way anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would like to do the soundtrack for another movie.
Okay.
Once another one shows its ugly head around.
Yep. Well, there always seems to be something happening. It's whether or not it's the same handful of people who are, kind of constantly making something, or if there's lots of different groups kind of coming about. But yeah, if you can get your hand in on one of those, that'll serve you well, I reckon.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming in, man.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I don't know how long it's been.
No, I'm not sure.
We've been going for. Still daylight. Jason Jones, everybody.
Thank you very much.